Stuart, the mood at West Ham, I know there's only so much you can probably say, but I like your openness, your frankness. You talk to Moyes every second day. Is he signing this new deal? Is it all happening? And are you going to be part of it next season going into it?
Well, he's certainly speaking with the club now. I think, for all intents and purposes, he's agreed and the club have agreed to extend his contract as such. Until certainly David agrees his contract, it's folly me making any sort of movements towards signing a contract at the club. The club made me an offer, which I'm very grateful for. But I've not spoke with them in regard to agreeing a contract because my allegiance is with David in many ways because he was the one that brought me to the club.
Now, Simon, I was talking to Stuart before you came in, and I was looking back on the day that I did an interview with David Sullivan. And I put him, one of the co-owners of the football club, put him under a bit of pressure because at that time there was upheaval at the club in that he had chosen to sell Grady Diangana to West Brom. I think it was 18 million quid, 18 million, Simon.
Something like that.
In that neighbourhood. They were not having that. Even Mark Noble went on Twitter, what's going on? What's going on? Not happy, not happy, not happy. In the fullness of time, we now see that you guys finished 6th. Maybe you didn't need Diangana. Maybe you did. But you also brought in people at Lingard who took you charging towards that finish line. Was Sullivan right?
Well, probably looking back at the time now, it was astute finance, I think. £18 million for a youngster. That someone that sort of, I wouldn't say he's been in and out of West Brom's side, but, on occasion he was in and out the side. So, but that money also has to be invested elsewhere. If you turn around and said it's gone towards a loan fee of Jesse, it's gone towards Craig Dawson coming into the football club as well, Kufau coming in, and the impact
Souček.
that these players, Souček as well. So,
Sidebar mama.
yeah, so we've sort of, the financial side of all clubs, and especially the climate we're in at the moment, with the pandemic and whatever, no crowds and stuff like that. So clubs have got to be very cautious financially. Simon understands the financial side slightly better than I do, but sort of certainly at my time learning my trade at Manchester City, I spent enough time with Alistair McIntosh in his office talking through the finances of Manchester City and wanting to understand the financial side of any football club is really important for any manager, I think.
And of course they paid $2 million for Lingard's loan fee and then assumed his wages. I mean, can you believe the impact that Lingard made? Did you have hopes that he would come close, but maybe not the impact that he did make?
Well, he'd not been playing for a little while at United and he was out the scene, but listen, class is always there. He's a very classy player. He understands the game very well. We were probably a little bit surprised, and certainly this is a personal point of view, I was surprised how quickly he hit the ground running. Almost immediately he had an impact on our side. Physically, he's a fantastic athlete, but he hit the side running, and I think a lot of credit's got to go, A, to the player, definitely, but secondly, to David. I think David's got him and playing him in a position at West Ham that really suits the kid, and he thrived on being around the environment that David's created there.
And what have you created there?
I've no
because
idea.
say you stay, David signs, and you go into this next season. There's massive expectation on you guys now, considering where you finished off.
Yeah, potentially there is. I mean, we are, listen, outside of the training facility, people can speculate all they want. Within the training facility, we know that, we done fantastically well, and to stage a European campaign on the top of that, our recruitment's got to be right this summer. We'll only bring, and David's been adamant with this, we'll bring the right people in to the football club that we think is going to improve us.
You even now aware of some of the names that have been spoken about?
Yeah, I mean, we
are. Are you excited about it?
Listen,
without telling us the names,
some of the names that they speculate that I read about, I think are so fanciful and so not on the radar. It's ridiculous. You wouldn't believe it, But what I would say is, David, for him to put his name to a player, he's got to be sure that player is the right player, A, to fit into our environment. And it's a very work-orientated environment at West Ham. Our running stats have gone through the roof since David's come through the door. There's an expectation that everyone pulls their weight on the pitch and on match days and on the training ground. So, listen, we should be rightly excited by next season. Next season's going to be tougher than this year. And it'll be tougher for teams that have achieved great things like Chelsea, like Manchester City. It'll be tougher again because all your rivals that have so-called underachieved, their eye is concentrated solely on getting better.
Yeah.
And if you think what you achieved last year is going to be good enough to sustain or improve you on those performances of last year, this goes not just for West Ham but for every team, you'll be sadly mistaken. You've got to improve year on year just to stay level, if you like.
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Thursday morning 10 till 1 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.